If you haven't been living under a rock for the past 2 years, you probably know what Helluva Boss is. If not, it's an adult cartoon made entirely independently and hosted on YouTube for absolutely free. It stars Blitz, a demon, and various other citizens of Hell who all work in a company that specializes in killing people from the living world. Now, I should mention that this video is not going to cover the actions done by Vivziepop, the show's creator, nor the process of animation that this show went through, because A, I don't know virtually anything about the situation, and B, there's already thousands of videos doing that exact same thing. If you really want to see that, I recommend Spoctor's video. He made a really good video on that. I just want to cover specifically the content within the show and give my thoughts on that as a completely unbiased and unknowledgeable enjoyer of cartoons. Basically, I want to answer the question that pretty much no other YouTube videos are answering. Is the show itself, with no external context, a good piece of media? Now, without any further ado, let me go watch this show real quick. Okay, I'm about halfway done, and I gotta say, it's pretty good so far. The character designs are pretty creative, albeit really weirdly skinny. They all look like stick bugs. I don't like it. Like, why do y'all find these people so attractive? They look malnourished. The voice acting is top tier, though, I gotta say. They got some extremely talented voices in here, like the people who voiced Zim and Beetlejuice, as well as Brandon Rogers for the main guy. My biggest gripe so far is that the humor often doesn't land or is just raunchy for the sake of being raunchy. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's supposed to be adult jokes, not adult jokes. To make a funny adult cartoon, the emphasis should be on the humor, not the adult content specifically. Anyway, back to watching it, because I'm having a relatively good time so far. Okay, I don't know exactly how to describe this, but for some reason I get the sense that this show's main demographic is like 12 to 15-year-olds. Like, I feel like there's a certain subset of kids who watched this show when they were way too young, and they didn't understand anything in it, but they felt really cool and adult for watching it. Don't get me wrong, I did that too, but my show was Rick and Morty. I remember watching that when I was like 13 years old. The difference, though, is that Rick and Morty is obviously made with adults in mind. Helluva Boss, I feel like, wasn't. Everything from the character designs to the relatively immature humor to the LGBT representation makes it feel more like it's pandering towards minors than adults. I guess the best way to describe it is my dad is a huge fan of South Park, another adult cartoon. He used to watch it all the time and even recommended some episodes for me to watch. I physically can't imagine my dad deriving any entertainment from Helluva Boss. Now, I have a friend on Discord who I play Bed Wars with sometimes. She's like 14 years old, I think, and I feel like she would love this show. I don't know, I could be wrong, but it feels like the most childish adult cartoon I've ever watched, and it almost feels like it's pandering to kids. Very fucked up, could all be in my head, I don't know. That was a relatively long segment. Let's do a few shorter thoughts and then I'll end the video. I thought Luna was a main character, but she shows up less often than the bird guy, who I thought was a one-off character. She had a substantial part in like one episode and didn't even really do anything in that episode. For the rest of the series, she's just kinda there. Would have been cool to see her do more, I like her. And, not for the reason the rest of the internet likes her. I think she's just kinda neat. Hey, don't give me that look. I'm fully gay. If anything, I'd be into the bird guy. Which I'm not. The one-off characters were all super cool and well done, I've gotta say. The system of introducing a character with one or two personality traits, then getting rid of them after one episode works really well, because then they're memorable without overstaying their welcome. There was a few jokes in this show that really made me want to stop watching, not because they were offensive or anything like that, just because they were really gross. As I said before, sometimes the show can be more raunchy than funny. Having no limits to your humor is a good thing, but there is a such thing as going too far to the point that it's just more uncomfortable than funny. All in all, Helluva Boss was relatively entertaining, if a bit forgettable and on the nose at times. I'd give it like a 6 out of 10. Yeah, I don't know exactly how to wrap this video up. I'm not gonna recommend this show to anyone, but I'm also not gonna try to convince you not to watch it. It wasn't that enjoyable, but I don't really care what you do. Watch it if you want, I guess. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Granny creams, hot butter ice cream. We take the hot butter, mix it with the ice cream, freeze it up cool, you can see it on your screen. Put it in your microwave, make it real hot like a soup or a dip. We call it heat and sip. Very tasty and